Okay, in this section we'll look at some applications related to the type of percent problems that we've been doing in the Math 143 class. This first type up here is just utilizing your previous formula, your part equals percent times whole. So if you want, you might want to just pause the video right now and you try both of these. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do the second one, for example. I'll do the second one with you, and then that way you've got another example of me showing you using this formula. It says for the year 2012, a resident of Detroit, Michigan, paid $550 in city income tax on taxable earnings of $22,000. They want to know, what is the Detroit city income tax rate? So we know that we're trying to find a tax rate, so that's a percent here. Part equals percent times whole, and it's not one of those nice ones that kind of uses the if and the is and the of and the, that sort of their keywords. So we're going to have to use this formula, part equals percent times whole. The $550 that he pays in taxes, would that represent part of your earnings or your whole earnings? And hopefully you would agree that would be part of your earnings. The $22,000 would be your total earnings. Now put that in the whole spot. And then the percent, that's what we're trying to solve for. We don't know. Okay? And our goal is to solve for this x. So to get x all by itself, since this is x times 22,000, divide by both sides by 22,000. So that way over here, the 22,000s cancel out, just leave you with x. So then in your calculator, you're putting 550 divided by 22,000. That should give you 0.025. Remember here, you were solving for the percent, so to get your final answer, don't forget that technique that I mentioned to you in the previous video, multiply by 100, so you're really talking about 2.5% tax rate. Okay? All right, so now let's scoot on down to another type of percent problem that you're seeing in Math 143, and that's the percent change formula. On your formula sheet, you have this formula, new minus old divided by old times 100. I've mentioned this before. If you're going to do this in your calculator all at one time, you need to use parentheses up top, okay? And you would put it in your calculator exactly like you would say this piece right here. I'll do number 3 with you and then let you pause the video and do number 4. In number 3, it says a college student's good grades earned her a student discount on her car insurance premium. They want us to find the relative change in her annual premium if she was lowered from $1,050 to $924. So we want to figure out what kind of percent decrease was she getting here. So I'm gonna write our formula here just so that we have it and we're kind of putting it in the right spot. So new minus old divided by old times 100. So what is her new premium? Well, they're saying because she's a good driver, her new premium is $924 minus her old premium. What did she used to pay for insurance? $1,050 divided by that old amount, $1,050, and then we'll have times 100. And like I said, if you've already watched the class video, normally what I do here is I just go ahead and subtract this. 924 minus 1,050, that gives me negative 126. But if you're going to do it all at one time, you need parentheses up here. I like to do it in 2 steps. Just subtract first. Now you can type all of this in your calculator at one time. You can type in, it's nothing fancy, negative 126 divided by 1,050 times 100, and that should land you at negative 12%. So she's getting a 12% discount. Okay. All right, now I'll let you try number 4. I'm going to scoot on over then to the next page and look at another percent equation. This percent equation is also on your formula sheet for Math 143. You'll find it on the back. And this formula is original amount plus or minus percent times that original amount equals your total. And the way I always think about this formula is that, think about if you go to the store and you buy and you just buy, I don't know, just a carton of milk. You're going to pay the price of that milk plus you have to pay tax on the milk. So there's your percent times, and when you go to pay your tax, you don't want to pay tax on, I don't know, several cases of meat. You just want to pay tax on the milk that you bought. So you got your price of your milk plus the percent that you're going to pay on that milk, and that will equal what your cashier tells you your out the door total price. Okay. You'll use subtraction whenever you are getting a discount. you know, you're going to the store and maybe they've got some it's a new set of boots or something, or a new pair of shoes, and they've got a 20% discount. Then you've got the price of the shoes minus 20%, so 0.20 times price of the shoes equals, again, your out the door price. But then we would have to take into account tax as well. So let's I'm gonna do 5, 6, and 7, okay, for these. Okay, usually this particular formula trips people up the most. Okay, so looking at number 5, it says you're looking to purchase a new TV at Best Buy priced at $400. Sales tax, of course, in North Carolina is 7%. They want us to find the total amount then that you have to pay to own this particular TV. So I'm just going to write our formula just so I put it all in the right spot. Plus or minus percent times original equals your total. So original price of the TV, $400, plus we're going to pay tax on that TV, 7%. Got to change it to a decimal. Either divide by 100 or move it 2 places to the left, so 0.07. Again, you're paying tax on the TV that you're buying. Okay, so the TV that you're buying is $400. You wouldn't want to try to you wouldn't want them to charge you tax on a $1,000 TV. You want to pay tax on the amount that you're purchasing, and then the total amount, that's what you're solving for, and you can just put this all in here in your calculator all at one time. 400 plus 0.07 times 400, and that should land you at cashier telling you that you owe $428. Okay, let's look at number 6. Find the sale price on a pair of hiking boots if they're normally priced at $124.60, but are currently on sale for 15% off. So you've got your original price. They are taking a discount, so we're going to put a minus sign here. Percent times original equals our total. And we know that they're normally priced at $124.60, so that's what I'm going to put here in this original price. 15% off, so put that in as a decimal, 0.15 times $124.60 equals your total. You know, some of you might think, well, I don't do it that way. If you don't do it exactly this way, I bet you do it in 2 steps. And your 2 steps would be that you would figure out what 15% of $124.60 is, and then you would subtract that from $124.60. So this is just showing it all in 1 step. But if you want to do it in 2 steps, by all means do so. Okay, do whatever works for you. But like I was saying before, you can put this all in your calculator at one time, and you should arrive at $105.91. Final answer. Okay, now number 7 is the type of problem that generally really trips people up. Okay, here it says that there are currently 150 members in a local civic club. This represents a 20% increase from 2 years ago. They want us to figure out, well, how many members then were in the club 2 years ago? So they want that, what was the original amount in the club 2 years ago? We don't know what that was. So you've got an original amount in the club, and it's a 20% increase, so you're going to increase it by a percent times the original amount, and that's going to equal a total. Well, in this particular case, we don't know the amount of people that were in the club 2 years ago, so that's going to be where our X is. But we know it represents a 20% increase, so 20% going as a decimal, so 0.20. Again, we don't know the original amount of folks in the club, equals the total amount that are in there now, 150. All right. Sitting in front of this X here is an imaginary 1. So you have 1 plus 0.20, and that will put you at 1.20x equals 150. And then to get x all by itself, divide by 1.20. Cancels out. 150 divided by 1.20 should put you at 125 members. Okay. Most common thing that I see folks doing is trying to figure out 20% of 150 and then subtracting. You're going to get close to 125, but that's not the correct answer. Okay, so you have to, anytime you don't know what the original amount is, you have to solve it this way. Okay. All right, so I'll let you wrap up then the rest of this page. Thanks a lot. Bye.